吃完回来了。小小黄鸡、黄子艾希、蓝宝球女一颗。
滑板鞋。
滑板鞋。
啊，回来了，开始。
还是这个是乐水阿伟。
也不是不可能。
摇摆。
不行啊。
There is obviously answers that they can go towards, like the Senna-type lanes, like some of those aggressive lanes that we've seen with Caitlyn and Varus as well.
Also wondering if they want to pick up the Aatrox here or go for the counter pick again. Zeus was such a big part of what made the previous game work. And the Renata pickup is a no-brainer that has to be taken away to both deny Crisp, the champion I think he's looked the most impressive on, as well as deny specific that
但是我也不让对面选，然后自己选这样吧。
So successful. Even saw it last game. Even with the laning phase, they got a slight lead.
这样要配谁？
They completely blew out the lane. But in mid-game skirmishes, playing against it becomes incredibly hard. And we'll see what other answer is going to get picked up here. Personally, I would love to see Owner on his Rel, try to pick that up maybe in third rotation. And this is Guma Yushi, a champion that he debuted on as well. Extremely aggressive and really strong into the Kalista.
This is one of the many problems you have about dealing with T1 on red side. You go for Kalista first picks, and that does have a lot of lane power. One of the only ADs that can really fight fire with fire down there is the Draven. I would like the Senna again though. I think for Crisp, it's a strong laner.
应该不是，都选出三娜了，还是他们等一下要拿一个塔姆？
Tough lane to deal with, and have to see if Crisp is confident to go for it.
It's going to be locked in here, so the final pick on the blue side in Xiaohu's hands could be full Shadow Isles with a Maokai lock in here, but I don't know whether you're necessarily super excited about seeing a Maokai. We'll see where Xiaohu is going to go. I kind of expect a jungler just to keep these solo lanes a little bit more up in the air, unless they just want to grab the Aatrox and make sure that can't be banned away. But no, it is going to be the 3-piece Shadow Isles with the Maokai lock.
And specifically, Wei
又是Maokai
game wasn't enough, but his early gank.
可是这把有塞勒斯哦，这把有塞勒斯哦。
这是什么暗引导？3暗引导。
Maokai do really
把塞勒斯拿一下吧 ，Faker。
Now T1 can either try and secure Owner his Rel if he wants to go in that direction. Poppy's another that we know he loves. Poppy into Kalista specifically, I think is a really good angle.
羁绊是3暗引导。
Silas also.
哎
Anytime Maokai's there, it's really, really strong to be able to have that counter engage. Basically, just have the more powerful version of that ultimate. Senna ult has some value for cross map as well, so definitely a strong angle and also a pretty good denial pick for some of the things that you might expect them to go towards.
And also, it does mean that T1 is now forced to ban away. Blind Silas can obviously be punished. The Jace, I think Zhao actually had a great game on the Jace last time around. They were able to play around and these new just didn't really end up when we got to the fights. But T1 going to try and make sure that Faker does actually get through the lane. Last time around, we saw Weibo target Owner, and I think they're going to try again. Even though it didn't work out, his league was still incredible. Poppy and Rel, to me, are no-brain bans here.
Yep, the Sejuani will still be up and available though, and Permafrost value alongside a Silas in the mid lane can definitely be very, very scary.
应该猪妹跟比较合理吧。
Picking up something pretty strong, bruisery on the top side.
Exactly, and almost guaranteed you think Zeus is going to play one of those types of champions. It's going to be an Aatrox or Ione or something along those lines that could be a strong pairing, so it's tough. I am almost more afraid of the Sejuani from this point, even though I associate Owner.
哎，想拿剑魔，那直接拿剑魔啊！ 哦，有对。
这还有滑板鞋。
This is going to be an interesting choice.
宙斯还有没有东西打剑魔的？
哦。 Denying some of the ability, I think, of the shot to play through some sort of side lane picks, some ability to 1-3-1. This really makes that difficult. And it also, if you have a flanking pick coming in from Zeus, some sort of a dive buddy there alongside Faker and Guma, or excuse me, an Owner, it could be really tough. So you turn off blades, throw the stolen Maokai ult, and then potentially have Zeus coming in on the flank.
And for Weibo, I think one of the consistent issues is that you want to get a strong bot lane, which they did, even though obviously the Draven are quite strong. But it means that then you have to deal with Zeus getting a counter pick, right? And Zeus, his Yone has been taken away. We'll see what against the Aatrox here, as Xiaohu have of course been a large number of mid bans already. He's actually going to go for the Ari here.
Yeah, so the locked in. Is that an insta-lock? Okay, there we go. So the Gwen going to be locked in here.
Oh, that's an insta-lock?
Something that has been picked into him in the past, but I won't talk about it too much. If you are a T1 fan, I imagine that is definitely
可以啊，可是
This is really, really fun. Zeus really fighting fire with fire there towards that top side once again into the Shy's Aatrox.
It's going to be interesting. We haven't really seen Gwen do that well at Worlds.
他被让被削
One of these picks that takes a long time to turn online. And I feel like you've even seen Zeus play the opposite in this matchup where he's going for the lethality build on Aatrox and really kind of has earlier and more powerful power spikes because this Gwen is going to need a couple items before you really start to outshine what the Aatrox can do. That being said, if they can get that T1 has an incredible 1-3-1. They really can attack those side lanes so heavily with the Nocturne as well. And you do have that flanking top laner that I was talking about as the final piece, Solon Maokai. You have the hostile takeover, you have the Nocturne ult, you have a flanking Gwen. All of this being thrown at you with the lights turned off is so hard to deal with.
And my expectation as well is that with attention should go again towards the bot lane. We'll see how the Shy can recuperate after a pretty rough game 1.
Exactly right, but fist bumps
do note that they do have a ward on his blue, so the T1 bot lane is very aware as the bot lane
already out from Gumayushi. His light's relatively low as well, but that is definitely a trade that goes incredibly well here for Weibo. Zeus also taking a fair bit of damage towards this top side. Weibo Gaming, they are not backing
themselves up in a great position, but look at Owner looking for this wraparound here. Xiaohu likely can walk it out, but we'll see if he's forced to use the summoner.
He's level 2, so doesn't have it. There's the flash chain.
Okay.
Zoner is going to back away. He'll have his spell shield available. Not going to be too worried about any charms or anything like that.
It is kind of a repeat of what happened in Midlane last time, though.
Jungler that can enable you. As I say, that Owner is in top.
Yeah. Zeus dashing forward. The needlework is out. Snip. Going to connect, but doesn't do too much. And in goes Owner. The flash. Incredible. Oh my goodness, about health.
韩国的赛，
我的啥？
可以吗？10，nice！再比干一堆兵溃烂。
直接掉3波。
我现在刚刚操作了一波，以为这把他可以继续操作。
看了现在表现之后，他疯了。
开瘫了，有点皮了。一股。
有你的 Q 波一起
我的 nice。
It's the Shy getting way
微有6，他们影响6。但是越不了，因为他有 W。
有必要吗 ？W， 他不。He does not give a fuck.
Faker 抽爆开。
哦 ，Faker。啊，这个死了。
还在跑。不想给头。
Now shows up in his third lane. Top lane didn't work. Bot lane's not working. Hey, let's check out mid lane.
一点点。
The job becomes that much harder when you don't have the extra electrocute damage, when you don't have that early mythic completion.
应该要放吧。
第2只没拆。要打 MP 了。
没有。总放了，打人。
恶意收购没收购，
短了一点。
Love to see it.
又是
疯了。
That Weiwei's pretty upset about that, but there I believe it was probably timing out relatively soon. Trying to get some value as in goes Owner. Finds the paranoia, but you can see the Shy is going to be
受伤的又是的 Shy。
还骗了
shield there with the Dawning Shadow.
not
wanting to leave it.
又当了惜败。
This Aatrox story for this T1 roster, you know they have been so close so many times.
你现在只有一个那个鞋啊。
And not been able to claim that big title they've been chasing, but Zeus showing up so far.
Yeah, another teleport to come in here as they do manage to secure this Rift Trail.
对，灌超强。
收购 Light 进化。哇，好多冒凯大，这个冒凯大很好 ，Faker。
关这一位置，
我操！
哎呦，疯狂输出。
这个窄口，妈的，给微博上了一课。
Weibo gonna be happy to
2v2。Hello motherfucker。
The Drake going down very, very low, and now
来了！跟你说过收到2个人，非常的好。
德文拿出德文拿出，
轰大，
复活！哎呀，可惜。Faker 要空几个技能？
那个空链，还是杀掉。
德文又拿到头
Faker 现在就中弹杀了。
The fight breaks down into multiple skirmishes, and they outplay, they outfight, they get all the kills.
很快，我够快。
After how badly this early game started, he has been cashing in.
等一下。
排队 ，OK，
收了3个人啊！相互
有明晰，
，nice，
相互流掉水，
上头喽！
你怎么上去了？
你怎么？哎呀！
为什么刚才干嘛？
没有，滑板鞋把他保回来，他自己丢上去了，他把自己给丢过去了，傻逼！
你以为你是他等级哦？
送头喽！感谢老板
大力支持。
就怕他们赢得不够快，好贴心哦。
Carry 啊，现在 New 才没回家 ，Carry 还有时间去，
赶快去要签名，
签名已经有了，
啊，再聊个天，
可以聊个天之类的，要一下联系，
看一下可以摸摸手之类的。
秒一个，哎。
这是很扯，怎么可
能是往前？太痛了吧？
怎么可能是往前呢？看你到底想干嘛？
Also a testament
怎么会有人用
to how
Discord
powerful
逆
Renata
我
is.
傻笑
Owner can go for these mega aggressive plays, knowing that as long as he kills his target, he will be able to be built out.
Yes. 不要理他的意思。
Because the carries are so fed, it's going to be worth it. Right? As long as you are creating space for
不重要，比赛比较重要。赶快去死！
杀得很心态。
For the Nocturne, it's going to be such a value play as long as they can follow up. And T1 have been on the same page. Weibo seem like their only answer is just forcing more and more fights. You can't win side lane. You can't win five. Your objective has been stopped. It is getting close to checkmate in game number 2. Absolutely perfect. You are so squishy. If you can't get that first kill for the play prop, to be able to survive, you're going to be paper because one little CC hits you, Guma's going to kill you instantaneously. He's got 0 armor, he's got 0 purchase. These rocks is going to be really squishy. These iconic picks and their comfort is working out so well.
Comes in once again as the
Oh my god! Oh my god! No! Oh!
好痛，
好暴力哦！我操！
硬干呢，
关太猛
超级硬要。
了。
哎，那个小石像跟炮车在对点，好可爱哦！大陆赢快4000块，What the fuck？
That is
赢了5000，
ridiculous now at this point.
7天跟11000，4000多
Just a nightmare for them to deal
靠
with.
呀
The Cosmic Drive finish now. He's so far ahead of the pace of this game.
That's
And
3件套啊！我操！最重要的3件已经出来
It's
了
just。been to watch his teammate die.
And
he doesn't
go very well.
然后微微一定就是开着大，然后等下送一颗头。
哎呦，雷纳泰，你们要怎么守？
打一个，
哦，
哎
看到，
呦！
宙斯！
好痛哦！
哎呦，
第3段
他这个角度，
哎，That's a lot of damage。赖个蛮痛的哦。
哎，还有大，我们还有大。
And Gwen truly is immune. Zeus doesn't care, dives into multiple people and uses his lead very aggressively. And this is where I think you really see the goal difference. Weibo get close.
对，我3件套不出鞋子，还没出鞋子，
还是不出，不用出。
我宁愿多个多兰鞋，也不要鞋子。
就让你一个鞋子都能赢。对，不用鞋子。
哦。 他这把完全没有打算要出呢，看到风龙直接哦，那我不用鞋子。
还没看到风龙的时候就
就直接哦风龙哎，那不出喽。
干脆就不出了，前面都没出了。
宙斯直接站在中间开一点哦。
打一个就好，
靠背啊，超痛！
收购！ 真的，哎，可惜。
好痛哦！
干超额，三小，超额
看了啥？
他 get
乌马没有 K 那一颗就喷塔了。
阿里还没死。
要不要杀？要不要杀？要不要杀？分读一下。OK。
2比0，
但也不要降低戒心。去年就是因为这样，赢了2个庆祝。